because the differential is so big, it's way fast for them to improve.
Yep.
And, you know, by the time that there is another challenge, I could foresee, you know, possibly like a whole bunch of Australians really challenging some of the top players.
Yeah, I could see some Australians getting on a plane and flying to some of the other DLCs and just sort of testing the metal over there. Oops, card slip there for Din, but no problem. Just handing it back to Clement to shuffle some more.
Shuffle and then just
just making sure that that card wasn't.
Gotta get all the bad juju out of the deck. Okay, cool.
All right, so we're about to get underway here. So fist bump.
Okay.
And so Din will be on the play for this first game, being the top seed.
Okay, so how do you which way of drawing cards do you think is better? Do you go like Dim and just pick one card up at a time, or do you pick up the stack and then just like, you know, pull 7 cards off the top?
Myself, I like to put 7 cards face down and count them several times to make sure I haven't goofed it up.
I do like doing that one as well. Yeah,
because if you draw that 8th card and you already know what it is, you can't then just put it back. You need to shuffle up again. So. All right, so we see the Lucky Dime for Clement. We got the Fishbone Quill in this build.
That's right. He's got Lucky Dime in this one. So,
yep.
So if Clement wins, it's probably going to be because of Lucky Dime, and he's just been able to like sneak in a whole bunch of extra lore as cards are played.
Yep.
If Din wins, it will probably because he's got two. Probably because like his manors just don't go answered. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
That would be my guess. So
I think that's really going to be the card that pushes Din. If Din can get 1, maybe even 2 manors down on some of the earlier turns, it becomes very difficult.
So, so it comes down to whose tech is better, right?
Yeah.
Are your dimes better than my properties?
Than my manors, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's I think Dime is definitely one of the cards that you would want in this Din matchup.
Yep.
So we've seen that a lot of times this tournament.
Cool.
We got the
top 2 standard play for Din. All right, cool. So flips the deck around.
Yep. Clement draw for turn. I think I saw a Tipo in there. Yep. Inking a Pirate's Life, probably
into
not too
Popsicle.
relevant.
All right, good opening so far.
Yep. So both players probably pretty happy with what's going on here. Din does not ramp on turn 2, so
not good for Din. All right.
Can ink and play a Popsicle here, but
Super Goof into Popsicle. So, you know, a good amount of cycling, but his following turns has to compensate quite a bit.
Yep.
It is possible for him to go double sail the Azurite Sea next turn. You can,
sail
Azurite Sea.
Sail the Azurite Sea.
To ink, and then do another one.
Yep.
Tipo. All right, so Clement also not, you know, maybe the optimal way to ramp up as well.
But I think just getting 1 card on the board and just questing for, if that Tipo can get you 2 or 3 lore early in the game, that can just get you close to that mark.
I think the main advantage for Tipo is that Tipo with Tala will be able to sync together for a Pirate's Life.
Yep.
So we've seen like very often it's like Tala 2, then Tipo 2, Tala 4, and then like they're ready for the Pirate's Life. Yeah, name a more famous duo than Tipo and Pirates.
I'm sure of all the sort of sing-togethers, that's probably one of the highest combinations you would see in the game. It happens so frequently. So
yeah, cool.
Din did hit some ramp on that turn, so at least keeping up on ink now, and we get our first quest of the game, so Clement gets us underway. But yeah, I think Clement's had the better start of the 2 here. Just having the ramp on turn 2 into the Hiram on turn 3, that's really very efficient.
Yes, so, yep.
So Din 4 for how far I'll go.
Both sort of caught up with each other, so how far I go.
Yep.
Nothing special there, he just ramps up, and yeah, potentially next turn we can see some
the Maui
sharks
coming out, And yep, inking here at all. So if Clement does have a Popsicle here, they can generate a lot of value with this Hiram. Here we go.
Yeah, he inked the hero to hole.
Yep.
I would imagine it would be relevant to challenge Hiram next turn, so he probably has another one in hand. Yeah, that would be my guess.
Quite possibly, yeah. Otherwise, maybe he just thinks, maybe he's not too worried about the Hiram.
Yeah.
Yep.
Surprised he didn't brawl him, unless he's like going for a super long game where he just like thinks Clement's maybe going to mill himself out, and that's why he's like not stopping the high ramp.
Hiram questing for 1 there, so we're up to 2. And yeah, really smooth start here for Clement. Has been able to draw lots and lots of cards. So drawing 2 more off the Hiram, and then how far I'll go gains 1 in the inkwell, 1 in the hand. So yeah, he's got a lot of tools to work with. I think Din is definitely on the back foot, but if we see the hero to all come out and challenge the Hiram, and then I did see 1 manor at least in Din's hand. If he can start to get those down, they might just be a bit of a problem.
Quest for Tipo is also number 1.
Up to 3.
Yeah, true. So Din's deck will never get a huge amount of cards just because of the way he built it. He's very much more. It seems like his deck is much more quality over quantity of cards.
Absolutely. So we do see the shark now. So that makes Clement have to think a bit more carefully before questing the Hiram, because that will let Din fetch either the How Far I'll Go or the Visions out of the discard pile. All right, so Clement just ramping a little bit. I think Clement's goal here might be get to...
He just wants to cycle to his important pieces, I think.
Probably try and get to 9 ink and get those Maleficent Monstrous Dragons online, and that's the best tool that his deck would be running to deal with the Maui Half Sharks.
Yeah, well, mainly you just want to get to a slightly higher amount, so yeah, you have the flexibility to play some stuff and play a big character at the same time.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. So
yeah.
we might see something inked and play another Hiram here.
Yep,
so this
1 ink, I think
cashes in the Popsicle
still
without...
has an ink available off the Seas, I believe.
I think you're right, yeah, I only see 1. So this is something that a lot of high-level players do. When you ink a card for turn, you leave it face up until you pass the turn back, and that just reminds you and the other player whether you've inked 1 or, in this case, 2 cards for your turn.
Yeah, so definitely. As my experience from like a lot of competitive play, it's more of a courtesy thing where you just do it. Sometimes you might flip it a little bit too fast and your opponent doesn't get a chance to look at it. But if you keep it face up, your opponent can pass out what you're doing while you're just doing your other stuff. You might be doing develop your minds or and whatnot, and they can see what you're doing while you're going about your other stuff. Yeah.
Yep. So while we're chatting, looks like Din has just jammed another shark and then played Develop Your Brain. So getting the win con online to.
So it starts pumping up.
Yep. Start getting that passive lore from that Maui effect.
Basically, this is just Din saying, "Hey, do you have Be Prepared?"
Be prepared, or Clement might be content to just if they do have the Monstrous Dragon in hand, I think just inking.
Did Clement run Scar in his build?
He did, yes. That was the deck that was running Vicious Cheetah, but Scar can't challenge Evasive, so these Mauis are safe from any of the rush removal that that Clement would be running.
I would imagine with the limited number of threats in Din's deck that Be Prepared would just have to be the answer here.
Yeah, true. Taking 2 of the 4 sharks would be a big win for Clement.
And then Din would just have to dig through the rest of his deck for his remaining 2 sharks, right? And as long as you have enough field presence to challenge the manors, and you got the games locked up. Yeah.
But Clement doesn't look too concerned. Happy to just
he picks up a Popsicle probably.
Yeah, just go threat for threat here. So with the Tamatoa, we might see an ink here and then
ink into Popsicle.
Yep. Inks a Hiram. Decides the 3rd Hiram might be overkill. And yeah, there is the lucky dime in hand for Clement.
He's going to keep the Hirams active.
Yep.
All right.
Wow. Okay,
yeah, of course you do that just simply because you.
Yep.
You don't want to commit anymore to the Be Prepared.
Didn't put the foot on the gas. So
2 Pirates Life. All right, cool. So that's like plus
back
8.
to 0 for Clement, and Din is up to 11 here with 2 manors on the board. So even though Clement had a really good start and has been doing what he wants to do, I think Clement the previous turn thought, playing the crab, develop my own threat, play lucky dime, and I'll be in a good spot. But Din is just racing ahead here. So
the question is, do you just challenge all your guys into 1 of the manors and then Be Prepared?
That's not even enough to take out 1 of the manors. We've got 5, 6, 7, 8 on the board showing. So yeah, this 9 willpower has just proved a tough nut to crack over this whole tournament. So we could see, I think there is a Vicious Cheetah in hand, so we could see Vicious Cheetah plus...
Yeah, upside you can always sing to Be Prepared on the Tamatoa.
On the Tamatoa,
so you have a little bit of... Yeah, so you have a little bit of initiative to play some of the other stuff.
But yeah, just the diversity of threats, having characters and locations. I can't think of any cards that remove both types. There is a couple of niche cards, but...
So you go, what, Hiram... banish the Popsicle, draw 2.
I think so, yep. So back to 1 lore for Clement, yep.
And then...
Sees a shark. I think that's a Be Prepared on the top. So we might see...
Oh, so he quests for... Oh, no, goes
double
into
challenge on the manor.
Yep. So that's 2, and then he just sings it, yep.
Sings a Be Prepared, yep. And then we'll probably see the Vicious Cheetah come out and just put...
Finish 1 of them off? Yeah.
Can't finish it, though. I think it's a 6/5, and there's only 2 damage on it. So yeah, Clement was looking very solid here, and somehow Din out of nowhere is just up to 11 lore. And staring down the barrel of 15 next turn.
2 sharks singing for 2 Pirates.
Yeah, the double Pirates Life. I think one Clement was like, yeah, okay, I'm prepared for 4 lore, but then yeah, just the double was very powerful.
We're all just waiting. What's happening here, right? Like, we set the stage. Now, who is a new main character enter right?
I think we're gonna see Vicious Cheetah come down here.
Maui.
There is a Maui half shark in hand for Clement, but I think if Din just plays something like the Be Prepared, just to remove one character, if it's the half shark, I think they would be quite happy with that. So looking at 6 ink, so that tells us that Clement's considering the half shark here. 7 for the Vicious Cheetah goes to 8 damage. So yeah, just even with that quite wide board that Clement had, still just didn't have enough juice to deal with one of the manors. And we're seeing Clement ramping some more.
And Tipo adds another.
So Tipo can challenge that one mana and finish it off.
Starts looking.
Oh, sorry, up to 15 for Din here.
Cool.
So Din's. Oh, yep, finds the harem.
Yep.
There's another popsicle. Yep.
It's just the cycles.
Yep. So the scary thing here is
top 2.
Din's probably just looking for cards like another Pirate's Life or a Super Goof, because any sort of card that Din can just jam and gain lore instantly with is going to. And there's the signature of
classic,
Din.
the classic.
Yep. We got Hiram the Toy Maker from Basil Detective, and we've got McDuck's Manor.
First Manor is closed down.
Yep, we got Scarvicious Cheetah can put 6
I would imagine
on the
it'd be a Scar into one of them, and then you send like a Maori or something into the other one.
Yeah, but I'm seeing 2 Lucky Dimes in hand for Clement, I think, and we've got a big Sisu, so no rush characters. There's the Shark.
And he's got 5 left.
3 for the
roll it.
Brawl. Yep, that's nice. So +1 there for Clement and putting 6. But yeah, Din is getting closer and closer. If Clement doesn't have an answer for this mana...
If he has a Shark, I think he wins. He just... Oh, actually, it'd be very close.
Yeah. Depends what Din's got in hand here. Yeah. Doesn't have a lot of ink to work with, so can't sort of play a Shark and then cycle and cycle and cycle. But up to 17 there for Din. And the Be Prepared, that is huge. So...
Yeah. Okay, so better exert your ink, so we know what the hell's going on.
Yep.
Okay.
And we just got 1 more ink available. Yep.
All right,
Din
cool.
just chooses
to
pass.
All right, so he's up to 17 from the manor,
and
Clement has to just whatever rush he's got, just run it in.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't see.
All right. Oh,
this is getting
he's down to the wire.
Very scary here. Din up to 19.
Digging hard. Time to go digging.
Yep.
The real dig it deck. Okay.
All right. So we got Grandma Tala off the top. Not bad.
2.
Yep. Puts another thread on the
board. If he can put a mana down, I think that's also what he's looking for.
Yeah,
he put the mana down. All right, cool.
All right. Big smile on Din's face there. Knows that's that's going to be quite difficult. So Clement can deal with one of the manas now. But yep, Tamatoa fetches the Popsicle. Probably looking for Vitalosphere here. Has a develop.
Top 2 doesn't get it.
Yeah, no Hideaway, no Vitalosphere, so probably going to sing...
sing Pirate's Light to push him a little bit further?
No, I think that was...
that still won't get him over the line, yeah.
I think that was how far I'll go, so I might consider singing that with the Shark, but
when your opponent's playing Lorcana and you're playing Monopoly.
Yeah. Just jamming all the properties as soon as possible and see how they go. So
First
again...
game, over to Din.
Yep.
All right.
So Din was on the play, so does have sort of the advantage of going first, and that gives you the initiative. And even with no ramp on turn 2, was still able to find the win just from that big turn with the double Pirate's Life. That was, that really pushed him ahead. So it went from something like...
It went from, I think, 8 to 14 or something?
Yeah, something like that. It was,
no, it was on 6 and he
went
gained
to 14.
8 and went to 14. Yeah,
something like that. And also reset Clement back to 0.
Yep. So maybe the lesson is don't even try. Just don't even try. You're gonna get Pirate's Life at some point.
Yeah, that Pirate's Life is just it's such a handful. Like 4 lore when you got the double Shark on the field. Yeah. If Clement had have found to Be Prepared and been able to deal with the Sharks, it may have been a different story. But just didn't have it in hand, so Din was able to go a bit wide and not get punished for it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think genuinely Clement might have to just play even slow. I think Clement might just have to just out-survive Din. Din only has effectively 8 threats.
Yeah, 4 sharks and 4 manors.
4 manors, right? Yep. So how do you deal with the Maori Sharks? So you got the Maleficents.
Yep.
But the Maori Sharks come out so significantly
faster,
faster,
I know.
right?
The 6 ink versus 9 ink. 9 ink's just really hard to get
and
to.
You need the Vital Spheres to help you
With the
get
mana.
The mana. So I think you keep Vital Spheres, you keep Ramp, and you keep Maleficence.
Yep.
Everything else goes, right?
I think so.
And I think you keep Hero to all Maui's, just because it gets you a little bit closer to the line over on the manors as well.
Yeah, if you can do something like Tala on the 4-ring turn, and then you've got 3 strength available, and then if you do have Scar Vicious Cheetah or Maui Hero to all in hand, that's 3+6, which is cleanly dealing with one of the manors that Din might drop. But yeah, the real threat that Din's playing seems to be the Half Shark. Just the evasive is very tricky. So I think Clement might just need to get their own Shark down first and sort of have an answer to Din's Shark.
But, okay, neither player in general is really challenging with the Shark. It's just sitting there converting all your actions into law. So I don't think Clement playing Shark, playing his own Shark is the most important part. I think Clement ramping is the most important.
Yep.
So he can take advantage of these Maleficents, right?
Yep.
So if Din only has one Shark, you get a Maleficent to banish it. And if he plays 2, then you just be prepared.
All right, so I'm seeing Develop Your Brain. It looks like Sail has a right C, and we got How Far I'll Go. And the Manor
Thanks,
in
Din.
hand. So, yep,
Appreciate you,
thank
man.
you, Din.
Yeah,
He must
yeah,
have heard us.
alright.
So,
He's not supposed to hear us, so it'd be pretty bad if he could hear us.
So we're...
All right.
And we got the Hideaway in hand for Clement, so that's going to feel good. At least that's sort of a very efficient answer.
If an early mana comes up, then you can hide it away.
But yeah, one of the tricky things that Clement's going to have to navigate here is I think there was a Vicious Cheetah in hand. So if you've got Hideaway that you're just sitting on, sort of waiting for the mana to come out, you got another uninkable card. You've essentially only got 5 cards in your hand that you can work with.
Yeah, like I don't know if I saw Tipo, but like Tipo can just like ink it. So
that's true. Yeah, I think
bad.
that would not be bad. And Clement, if they do have Tipo, I could see one of these heavy uninkables going into the Inkwell. And was that a Dime in hand as well? That would be really, really ugly.
He's inking the Half Shark, okay?
Ink Half Shark and pass.
Oh, and pass, okay. Ooh, all right,
yeah,
all right.
I think there is a lucky dime. So Clement's got 2 7-cost uninkables,
Okay,
which...
so top 2, yeah, grabs that one. Pretty fast decision. All right.
Yep, didn't have double sail in hand there, so not afraid to ink one. Yep, there's
Tipo.
Tipo. At least that deals
Put
with...
the Scar, right?
Either the Scar or the dime. He does run 2 dimes, so I think inking one now and trying to find one later is okay.
But he got rid of the dime, it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're more inclined to play the Vicious Cheetah early than you are for the dime. But yeah, definitely
it might
not
take you
ideal.
forever to draw the second dime, though. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's really been between a rock and a hard place here for Clement. Needs to find a wheel, so... yep, is the Tala. Looking for a Popsicle could be good, and then, yep, probably Popsicle next turn and really wants to find a
Quest for
Hiram.
1.
So Quest for 1.
On board for Clement. Okay.
So if Clement can draw Hiram off the top here, it's not looking bad at all because you can play that Popsicle, you can draw 2 cards, and then you've essentially refilled your hand.
Crazy thing, this is exactly what happened last game. Like, last game, he also had, like, big board and Hiram.
And there's the mana.
Cool, yep. So, just turn for mana.
So we might see Hideaway and Dime here.
So, like, this is an epitome of efficiency. Like, don't do that much. Just slap down a mana. All right, cool.
Yeah, that's all you need to do. Just play McDuck's mana and you win the game, apparently. That's been the story of the tournament so far for Din.
Man, this game is so easy. Just play McDuck's manas. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to challenge with it. You don't have a quest with it. It's just automatic 2 every turn.
Just
wow.
let the mana work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Clement taking the slow route here and just playing the Tipo. Might see the Vicious Cheetah go into the Inkwell.
Pushing in, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right, cool. So, 6 at this turn. Oh, and then he's still got a normal ink? Yeah, so 7 in total.
Yep, so...
All right, so he's pushing
6 ink total. Yep, 6 ink. So, and there's a super goof. So there's 2 plus the 2 for the mana. So Din is up to 4 lore here. Takes 1. Yep, so... And 1 more to put it into the mana. Din just for extra style points. This Vicious Cheetah could come out here. It could challenge the super goof and then bump the mana. So that's pretty nice for Clement. But the hand size is going dangerously low
right now
here.
the mana currently has 3 on it, I believe, right?
3 or 4. I think it was 4. Yep, so, Vicious Cheetah bumps the goof, resets itself. So every time it challenges and banishes something, it resets. And Quest for 2. So, yeah, pretty nice turn there for Clement. But, yeah, 1 card in hand, which is Grandma Tala. And, yeah, really needs to find a Hiram. Otherwise, they're going to run out of gas.
5 at the moment. He plays 4 for probably Grandma. And then
How far I'll go for Din. So Din not too worried about this board at this stage. Just happy to continue accruing resources.
He still hasn't normal inked yet, so he's still got 2 available. Like he's got
And
1
just
available.
passes,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Just doesn't want to ink any of those cards. Clement with the Tala, yeah, definitely trying to find higher.
This definitely is one of the downsides to Ruby Sapphires. Like even though like Clement's got advantage on the board right now, like he's not ticking the time away on the clock very quickly.
Not a lot of pressure. So quest for 4, which is nice. Like 4 every turn, you're going to get to 20 in 5 turns. So that's definitely not bad. And Clement has to decide whether to ink this sale or whether to try and dig and find the Hiram here. Or whether to just pass and make the decision next turn.
You just want to cycle through cards. So I imagine Dim is basically committed himself to using Be Prepared at some point to like equalize this board. He should ink this turn theoretically. He's more not popsicle. Oh no, he's developing one.
Yeah, develop. Picking one.
Should pick something to ink at least, so that way he can get close to Be Prepared and cast it at some point in the near future. He's currently got 7. No, 6.
6. Yeah.
6,
so he's going to need to ink something. And Din just passes again, playing it very patiently.
Is he just like...
I'm not sure if he's got the Be Prepared in hand.
He might have to be prepared in hand, and then he's just like, when I need to be prepared, then I'll ink my 7th, right? And then cast Be Prepared?
Yep, so this was a really pivotal turn here for Clement because he does have the Tamatoa in hand. Did have the option to banish his own Popsicle and then fetch it with the Tamatoa. But doesn't want to overcommit into the Be Prepared. So I think this is a very good decision. I think if you jam Tamatoa and does have the Be Prepared, that is like, just...
You're already winning on board.
Yeah.
You just
take your quest for 5 with your small threats, make Din reset the board, and then play another big threat.
And if Din plays, if Din plays the Shark, then you just hold back. Yeah.
So Din definitely seeing how far I'll go. Yep. And then if we don't see a Be Prepared here, this is starting to look pretty scary. Yeah, just questing
being at 12 isn't too scary in the sense that he can just Pirate's Life again.
That's true.
So remember last game, he Clement got up to 8 or something.
Yep, cool. There's the B prep.
Yep.
So
and he put down a Popsicle to do that, which means I think Hiram's basically irrelevant to him for the rest of the game. I think he's definitely traded off 2 of them, plus this is the 3rd one. So yeah.
But we've seen Din pass quite a few turns without inking, so obviously the quality of cards in hand currently is quite happy with.
So he banished the Popsicle, play time to pick one up.
Yep. And double mana here, so Din trying to start his own.
You can pick up a Popsicle every turn, but I've got double mana, so.
Yep. So 1 for Popsicle. There's the Monstrous Dragon, which is quite nice. 4 for Tala. Yep. So Clement needs to get some bodies on the board to try and challenge some of these manas. And yeah, this is kind of the nice thing about Din's gameplay. Like even though there's a threat on the other side, rather than just having to deal with the threat immediately, it's like, well, I'll just develop double mana and then be prepared the following turn while I've already established my own sort of lore gain. So Clement, and yeah, like a lot of these cards, like Monstrous Dragon, very powerful card, but does not deal with the mana. Same with the Tamatoa in hand. That's a lot of value, but it's kind of slow and doesn't deal with the mana. So are we going to see a challenge here, or are we just going to see Popsicle banish, quest, and then fetch the Popsicle to draw some cards?
Yeah, so he hasn't drawn into more items. That's the issue, because you want Tamatoa to be building up into like a bigger Tamatoa with a bigger pool of items. So he's just. So I guess that's what you do. Quest for 1.
Quest for 1. Yep.
You
up to 13.
You cycle back in, draw a card.
Finds a brawl. We might see that go into the Inkwell, perhaps. Yeah, still, Clement hasn't really found a great answer to the manas. But Clement is up to 13, so he's just feeling like...
Din just gained 4.
4, yep. So we got 8 to 13.
Yep. So
Din looking
visions.
for Be Prepared here. And can't cast it, actually. I think... Oh, no, we do have 6 ink ready, so we could ink and Be Prep.
Does he run Let It Go? He does run Let It Go,
does
right?
run that would be a clean answer as well, yep.
The answer. If he did get Let It Go, he would probably insta-cast it right here.
Yeah.
But insta-choose it. But
yeah, so that's another case where...
Hands, okay, cool.
So we've got Pirates in hand, we've got 2 Super Goofs, and we've got a mana. So not a great hand here for Din. Definitely needs some removal for that Tamatoa. We've got Develop, we've got Popsicle. So we've got more Cycle, but not seeing any... And another Super Goofs. And Yeah, I think 2 T-Pos. So that's
At best, I think Popsicle might be the best card there.
Popsicle or just another Develop Your Brain. But yeah, Din really needs an answer now. And yeah, I think we might see just Develop here. Yep. So probably going to play 1 Develop, look for that how far I'll go. And does have the ability to play another Develop. That will require Din to ink. But
Right,
yeah,
top 2.
certainly. Oh,
Oh, he got it. He got it. All right.
he got it?
Turn
or,
5 sideways
yep.
and put it away. Yeah, here we go.
Yep.
Yeah. And
No.
yeah, mana stays sticks around for another turn.
Yep.
You
So
know?
we got the Thaler on the field, but yeah, just
He goes up to 12 next turn. So
Yeah.
eventually these manas are going to become heritage listed. They're going to stick around permanently.
in for the long haul. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think we just see another Tamatoa here. Yep. Makes sense.
Yep.
And yeah, Clement is on 13. So and probably has the read that Din doesn't have a Be Prepared in hand. Might see a quest with the Thaler up to 14. So, yeah, just trying to establish his own clock and win the game rather than sort of play defensively and win the game by dealing with the manas.
He definitely
Singing how far I'll go, yep.
He definitely has to deal with the manas.
He either needs to deal with the manas or get to 20 lore.
He needs to. Okay, so he needs to build. He needs to build up his Inkwell so he can
play
play Lucky Dime, right?
Yep.
All right.
We do know 1 Dime went into the Inkwell with the Tipo earlier. And then, so there's 1 in the deck,
So
but it could be...
All Din has to do is just keep wiping board.
Yep, so Din gets another 4, up to 12. Develop your brain.
Top 2. One of those.
Is that a happy or... Yep. That was...
All right.
Din's happy face is not not immediately obvious. So, yeah, this is the thing, is just playing Defend the Manor.
He
yep.
inks
a Sail.
Is all right. See?
Yep.
Cool.
So, yeah, this is really Din's game plan. Just jam the manas and just keep removing threats, and just let the passive
Theoretically,
lore.
once he gets up to 12 ink, he can just go half shark into pirates for 4, right?
Yeah.
So that he can just instantly like reduce another turn cycle. So next turn he'll be up to 16. He gets another +4. So
fetches the Popsicle.
he's currently on what? 8, 9? No.
Din is up to 12 and Clement's on 13 here.
I mean, Din's currently on 9 ink.
Sorry, 9 ink, yes.
Yeah, okay, so he can't do so he can't do pirates and half shark on the same turn. Otherwise he'd be able to like close out game next. Oh no, he can just go half shark. Yeah, still a little bit further away. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there is at least 1 Super Goof still in hand for Din, so that Tamatoa is going to need a quest at some point, most likely to win the game. And there's the Hiram, so... Yeah, this is another one of the problems with the Tamatoa. It's like you keep generating the Popsicles.
Din's turn, he gets another 4, goes up to 16.
You keep generating the Popsicles, you keep drawing cards, but you're not building a fat stack of items to get sort of 3, 4, 5 lore off the single quest.
Yeah,
so
he just didn't hit a critical
yeah,
maximum, I don't
that's
think.
right.
Because the issue is he keeps banishing his own Popsicles to do nothing, and he didn't have the Hiram to cycle them through.
Yeah.
So you want to use the Hiram to go +2, and then
Yeah, generated a lot of ink, but just, I think Clem's just digging for that diamond, or perhaps...
So he's counting the numbers. All right, so Hiram could get 1, and then that puts him up to 14, so he needs, and then Tamatoa can get up to another 1. So he needs to go 5 items in order to make, to get lethal on the Tamatoa. So now I think he needs 6 items?
Din has got the win on board. Yeah, if we see Lucky Dime come down, that may change the maths, but yeah, I don't see
okay, I think it's like if you get Lucky Dime, you then only need 2 other items.
I think so, yeah.
So Lucky Dime plus 2 other items means that he quests for 4, and then you Lucky Dime for another 4.
Yeah.
Yep. Actually, if you just have 1 other item, so Lucky Dime plus item,
that
he's going for 3,
and then
another 3. But he's currently on.
Yep.
Oh, he flips the Popsicle, put the Popsicle down, and then you can Lucky Dime. Yeah, okay.
Yep, so Clement looking for that Lucky Dime, finds Visions by the looks of it.
All right.
2 for the Visions, still digging for that dime.
So even if he gets a dime at this stage, you effectively need...
There's a Pirates, that may...
You need 7 plus 3 to use a dime. You need 10
buy a
dime
turn
on the same turn.
So yeah, I think Pirates is the play here, just to buy yourself another turn. What Clement doesn't know is that there's a Super Goof in hand, so if he does quest the Tamatoa, that is giving Din the potential to challenge. And... I believe with Super Goof, it doesn't need to banish in order to get the lore, it just needs to challenge.
Yeah, I think it needs to challenge. But doesn't Din also just have a Pirates in hand as well?
I think you might be right, yeah.
Yeah.
So So
I counter your sea shanty with my
I
sea shanty.
know. Who can sing the best yo-ho? So 6 for Pirates. Yep.
Right,
so
cool.
Din back down to 14. Clement up to 15. So Clement getting very close, but I think Din...
Oh,
Hideaway.
Hideaway, okay. That's actually
is-
really close
yeah,
now.
that was a pretty sick
All
turn.
right. All right, he's looking at his card, so he goes...
So does,
okay, so develop mine's in... Okay, no, so develop mine was at the bottom of his banished pile. He was looking at his banished pile, and then there's the one card remaining, so he shifted across. Yeah,
So, yeah, Clement says doesn't want to risk
card off
the
the top.
Super Goof Pirates Life combo. Or
second mana for 4.
Yep.
So he...
So up to 16 for
Yeah.
Din, and then drops another mana. But there's a good chance that Clement can find either a dime here or
Popsicle.
enough
Off
items.
top. No, all right,
Got
that's
a
a
dragon. I think there was a half shark here, so perhaps was there a half shark in hand for Clement? If they can half shark and play a few actions, but no, they
don't think so.
no, I see one.
Yeah, okay.
So half shark plus how far I'll go, that gets to 16. Tamatoa's questing to 18, so they would need to find... Yep, just doing some math. Half shark, and there is a sail as well. So can play 2 actions. That would get to...
Half shot gets in +1.
Yep.
With the...
Yep, just
How far will I go?
doing the math.
That can, yeah, and then he can then potentially find another item.
2 for the sail. I think looking for the dime here. There's a Porpsicle. Yeah,
This gets him really close. If he gets the lucky dime off the top, I think, he pushed
I
through.
think that's the win, but...
He's got a, like, how far will I go, right?
Yep.
I think how deep do I go?
I think if you spend 4 ink here, you're not going to have enough to dime and tap it on the same turn.
Does he have a Popsicle in his...
Quests for 3.
Okay, so...
Fetching a Porpsicle, yep. So looking to Porpsicle, draw a card. Doesn't find the dime. Also, the Pirates would have done it there. Develop. Finds another develop. So, yeah, just there's the Pirates. Oh, is that up to 18? Is that the win? We've got the dime.
Yeah, he didn't have the dime to go. Like, he didn't have the mana.
Didn't
so
have
he finally
the ink,
dug into the dime. So, yeah, maybe inking that dime was not the play.
Well, yeah, it was tough because the Vicious Cheater, when he did play it, turned off the Super Groove and one of the manors, and then was able to quest a bit. So it did its job, but yeah, just really unable to find. Yep.
So this is a tournament point for Din, and otherwise Clement has to do the complete Frio reversal.
Yeah, if Clement was able to get a half shark down on one of the earlier turns, that would have perhaps given a bit of passive law game because we did see a lot of actions coming down, but just didn't find the opportunity or didn't have the card in hand when they needed it. So
does he just aggressive like mulligan more aggressively for Maui's?
For the shark?
Yeah, no, not for the half shark. For here at all.
I'm not sure it's in the deck list. I don't think we've seen it in the first 2 games. It might just be the Vicious Cheater as the rush.
Maybe that's why Din will always just like play mana on turn 4. He knows Clement doesn't have a good answer for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and we saw like Clement had played a Tamatoa, and most of the time in the Ruby Sapphire mirror, your answer to Tamatoa is removal. But Din just says, I'm not afraid, and just goes double mana. Knows that the crab doesn't want to challenge. It's not really what it's in the deck for. And yeah, just that really sort of drop the double mana, make your opponent deal with it. And yeah, this is what I've been talking about. I think with Lucky Dime, it can just be a bit on the slow side. It comes out for 7. It's like a 2 ink tax every turn, and you need something with enough lore for it to be efficient. Whereas with mana, it only costs you 4, so you can start the clock a lot earlier. And it's just, yeah, you have so much removal that you can just keep removing.
But that being said, though, like, basically nothing in the entire meta can get rid of Dime.
Yeah, that's true.
So you put the Dime down, you're safe. That's like the first part of your 2-piece combo, you know, and you're good, right? So because you run a significantly smaller amount of dimes, you want to, like, if you see the dimes, you got to hold on to the dimes. That's what I feel. Yeah, so the issue is not like how much it costs you, because Clement just gets a million ink every game anyways.
Yeah.
It's more so you want to be able to gain ink the moment you play a card. That's like the thing, right? So
So we'll see Clement on the play again here. It looks like they got the Popsicle in hand, got the Hiram, but no ramp. So
Popsicle
keeping
Hiram,
those two and just really hoping to find some ramp before. I think we saw a Fishbone Quill there, so that's not too bad. Didn't see a T-Pro, didn't see a Sail. Sail's the card that Clement's going to want here. Hopefully can top deck it on the following turn. Whereas Din, did you see how many Din mulligan? I think I missed that one.
I didn't see that one either.
Altered,
So,
so, yep.
yeah.
So both players shuffling up, shuffling each other's decks.
Making sure their decks are sufficiently randomized. Okay,
And
so
yeah, let's see what Clement can do. I think I see another Lucky Dime in hand, so that's actually not too bad, I think. When you've got Hiram and Popsicle, you can pretty reliably ramp up quickly and refill your hand with the Hiram. So
it's now sudden death for Clement. He has to go straight wins to turn this around, and otherwise Din just needs one more game to solidify his deck. Deck's victory over here in Melbourne. So
and we're seeing the Sail in. Oh, that's just ink and pass for Clement. So that's very
not
painful.
looking good so far.
Yep. So Din's got the Sail, so going to be able to ramp here. Yep. Inks a Sail, plays a T-Po.
Okay.
So valuing the
ability to ink an unequal probably. I didn't see what he inked, but
it might just be the quest. He might just want to start a fast clock. He does have the mana in hand, so. All
right.
Yep. Clement ramping up, but I think we might just see the turn 4 mana here, and yeah, Din just going to do what they've been doing all tournament and start the race.
Ooh, all right, let's see.
Inking the Tala to play the mana, so that shows you where the priorities are for Din.
That's one so far.
Yep, 1-0.
Next turn is Hiram, right? So it's Hiram, you get rid of a Popsicle, and then you start
drawing.
Yeah.
Yep. And then able to, yep, so we got 1-0, and able to ink with the Fishbone and ink for turn. So can get up to 6 ink here. Does have to be prepared in hand, but again, doesn't do anything against the mana. So yeah, Clement's in a bit of a tough spot here. Needs to find a way to develop a board.
I think he can pick up another Be Prepared, so I think he can just like put the Be Prepared away.
Yep. Inks develop. We're going to see Sail. And can ink again here, so can get up to 8 ink, and I'm not seeing a Tamatoa in hand though. We do have the Dime, which Clement will be keen to get down pretty rapidly.
I think he holds onto the Dime after that last game.
I think so.
I think he's got a Visions and
a Develop.
Yeah.
So Inks the Visions, plays the Develop. And we got how far
he's
I'll go.
Like super turbo. I'm all in.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Just give me as much ink as you can.
Max speed, yeah.
So +2 for Din for the mana there, up to 3-0.
Yeah.
Tipo probably going to quest. There's the Brawl. That's very nice for Din. And quest up to 4. So, yeah, I think this was part of Din's plan.
Okay, so Clement, he's got a ton of ink. Now he has to do something with them.
Yep.
Did he leave enough cards in his hand to, draw and cycle into some good stuff?
Yeah, I think, that was
5. He's got Hiram.
Right,
Cool.
so
Yeah, of course. Yep.
And there's a Pirates in hand. There's a Develop Your Brain. Looks like another Fishbone. I think we might see, Quill, and then we might see, how far I'll go. Makes sense. Finds a Tala. And is it a Hideaway? Hideaway is probably the card that Clement's looking for here. Does have the Sea Shanty in hand, but I don't think that's really plan A.
I don't think that's super important. So,
no, I think the hand is Dime.
So it's Din's turn.
Yep. So over to Din, +2 for the mana.
Up to 6.
And 4 for the Hiram. Cool. Draw 2. So yeah, things going pretty well for Din here so far. There's another Popsicle. And yeah, this is where that T-Pro, I think, again, a lot of players would have prioritized the Sail just for the additional card. But yeah, this T-Pro has quested for 3 so far. So it's really just having that one.
Half Shark, okay.
And Half Shark, and
okay.
We've got to put all the cards in the mana when you can. Maybe that's the secret to this deck. All right, so Clement quests for 1, banishes the Fishbone, decides that they've ramped enough. I think that was a Hideaway, so Brawl, Hideaway, so really nice turn there for Clement.
It's free ramp.
And let's see what else they can do with their remaining 5 ink. So, yeah, this is nice for Clement. This kind of reset the board. But Din also has quite a few cards in hand.
Well, he's still got a Hiram on the board. So that is probably a priority for Din to remove.
Absolutely, yep. Din might want to... I think there was a Half Shark in hand, so if you can just play that, it makes it a bit
he's holding
trickier.
back, yeah. So he's thinking if he plays anything bigger, like Din could just like be prepared. Yep. So it's like for another card.
So yeah, not looking bad here for Clement. I think...
Top 2.
Yep. Looking for visions and probably looking for another McDuck's Manor here.
He does certainly have the ink to play it.
Yeah, so 4 ink available and has an ink for turn. So, yeah, another thing with this Din, it's with the Ruby Sapphire, you often see people just inking and inking and inking and trying to get to 8, 9, 10, 11.
Super goof.
Plus 2 there.
Yep.
But yeah, Din is very patient and plus
1.
up to 10.
Yeah.
So Din's very patient, keeps a lot of cards in hand to give themselves a lot of choices. And yeah, the game plan just seems to be play a lot of these super goof type cards, Pirate's Life, just having sort of guaranteed lore in hand. And yeah, now turning the Hiram sideways, if you don't have an answer for the super goof, becomes a bit of a problem. So I think big Sisu would be just a very nice play if Clement had it here, but I'm not seeing it in hand. What have we got here? So 7 for the...
Be prepared?
I think there's 2 dimes in hand.
Oh, dime, okay.
Might pay 2 to tap the dime and may just want to leave the Hiram up so it doesn't risk another 2 lore from the super goof.
Well, clearly he's not going to banish it with Hiram.
Yes, yeah, that would be an expensive way to draw
so
cards.
Gain 1?
So gain 1 off the Hiram?
Yeah.
Up to 2?
All right,
so Goof is going to sing how far I'll go.
So he gains 1 off the Maui? Oh, no, yeah. What's going on?
Yeah, so paid...
Why is there a Half Shark on the field?
I think...
Oh, so he played the Half Shark and then he goofed, sung on the goof, yeah.
Yep, so that's up to 11, and then Quest with the Tipo to 12. So yeah, Din is really getting into a scary position here for Clement. Clement was able to ramp, able to get the dime down, but just doesn't have like a Tamatoa or a big Sisu and able to sort of cash in on the dime.
So Din's up at 12. Clement...
Develop, looking for probably
Does Clement have one more turn? Because otherwise he can go Tamatoa and start building towards that bigger item pile. And then on following turn, he can use the Tamatoa to sing, be prepared, white Din's board, play a new Tamatoa, and then can start diming on the new Tamatoa for like 3 or 4.
Yeah, just looking for the be prepared here, but hasn't managed to find it. We may need to see the desperation quest with the Hiram to banish the dime.
Oh,
yeah, that. Oh no, sorry. I just saw be prepared come to the top of the hand.
It doesn't feel good.
Yeah, that would be a really expensive draw too. I think there is the B prep in hand here. I think I just saw. Or was that Vicious Cheetah? Both cards are Ruby and they both have Scar on them, so it's a little bit hard to tell.
This is...
Yeah, so we got Pirates, we got 2 Hirams, which are not great here. Got B prep, so yeah, I think it's going to be Inca Hiram, play the B prepared. Just deciding. Yep, so question 1.
Oh, he's doing it so painful.
Oh. Every Ruby Sapphire player watching the stream just cringed a little bit. All right, so we're going to see the ink. And yeah, so
all right, cool.
That is a nice answer. It resets Din's board and sort of relieves a bit of the pressure that Din was presenting. But I do see another shark in hand here for Din, so that is going to be bad. Ooh, another mana.
Time to go back to the mana.
I know, tried and true. Does Din have a
2?
All right, visions.
Up 2. Yeah, people say, oh, there's not enough shooters in
yeah,
not enough shooters in Lorcana.
Yep.
We see the exact same 8 cards every game.
Yeah, I think a lot of people dropped the develop your brain, so we might see that coming back in. It's been pretty nice addition.
Yeah,
to some
there's
of
plenty of times where you just have 1 free, and like while you have Maui, it's just like cool, replace itself and you just gain a lore. So
yeah.
And for decks that just have a huge amount of ink, you just you're totally okay with just like.
Yeah, pay 1 to cycle. Pay 1, gain 1 lore, cycle a card.
And
that's
and
pretty
you
nice.
get to look at top 2, right? So it's a little bit of like...
Bit of scrying effects,
a little bit of like manipulation there and then just gain lore, so yeah.
So there's the Tamatoa.
Yeah.
There's the Porpsy.
All right, cool.
So, yeah, this is nice for Clement.
Actually, when you think about it, Tamatoa can always bring back a coin.
True.
Yeah, so like bring back the lucky dime.
Yeah, you just have to pay another 7.
You have to pay a lot for it again, but...
Yep.
potentially he can swing it around. So it just depends on like how much gas Din has to close out.
I don't know what's in Din's hand, but given that Din just inked a Maui Shark on the previous turn, you would think probably got
I think the rest
most of the answers that he needs in hand already. Otherwise, you wouldn't see that card
should
going
just
well.
realistically just be manors.
Yep.
And then he'll play a Pirate's Life to just
And
give
Super
him
Goof,
give him a little bit of distance. Yeah.
So here we go.
All right.
We got the Manor, we got 2 Super Goofs,
So
and we got
4 for
Pirate's
Manor.
Life. Yep. So up to 14 with that Mana tick. 14 to 3 is the count. And yeah, again, Clement
And he
has
just
done
keeps 5
everything
open.
right.
Yeah,
Has
cool.
developed the Tamatoas, has developed the dime when it was out, but
Yeah.
just hasn't got a great answer for these Manors. I think it was a Hideaway in hand. And so Hideaway plus Vicious Cheetah does deal with both of the Manors.
I think he's got enough juice to put 2 scars out at the same time, doesn't he?
It looks
got
that way.
se-
4,
seven-
7,
If he inks
12.
one, I think he...
No, I think it's a 12, so could get to
7
13.
plus 5, 12, yeah. Oh, he's one short. One short from double scar.
Does have double Pirates, though.
That might actually buy him enough
Yeah,
time.
could just try racing here. But yeah, if Din has to be prepared, that would be bad news.
Having a look.
Yep, so Clement just taking their time here, being very patient.
What's Din's got? He just kept 5 up.
I think-
Like, he didn't even have like developing mines and
I
stuff.
think
or?
it was 2 Super Goofs, and I'm not sure what the other card was. But yeah, the Super Goofs
He's real.
can double Super Goof
Yeah,
if...
he's real
if-
poker facing.
Yeah, I
facing
know.
it. He's just like, all right, come on,
Yeah.
just get a popsicle, get a popsicle. You want a popsicle, right? Yeah. Go down to the store, pick up a popsicle, put it in. You know, exert Tamatoa. No problems.
All right, so we get the 7. We're probably going to see the die. Oop, thinking about it. Might be what... I mean, Din's on 14, representing 4 on board already. So letting Din get to 18 and knowing that there's a lot of Pirates' Lives and those sorts of cards in the deck, Clement definitely wants to answer at least one of these Manors. You do not want to let Din get to 18.
But the opportunity cost of challenging,
Mana, yeah.
yeah, it's just he doesn't get to pick up stuff, and then he inks that and then
plays a Pirate.
Pirates.
So
All right, so it
that's
puts him back to 12.
12.
Dealt with 1 mana. Okay,
Up to
it gives him
5.
a decent amount of breathing room, and if Din's got a lot to deal with here.
Yeah, if Din had the B prep, so Din's back to 14 with the Mana there. So if Din had the B prep, they'd probably be feeling pretty good about that. But let's see what cards they have in hand.
How much willpower does Scar have?
It's a 6/5, I believe.
5. Okay, cool. So 2 super goofs are not enough to challenge it out.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we might see the Tala come out here and just try and find something like a Be Prepared and just sort of reset the board and slow the game down a little bit. And yeah, we may actually see the Tamatoa fetch the dime, and we might see a double dime game this game. That would be a lot of lore gain for Clement if they are able to do that this turn. How much ink have we got on Clement's side? I think we're up to 13, so they can't double dime and tap.
Does he go? So,
Pirates, yep,
5.
so up to 16 to 3.
but
And-
it still doesn't deal with the problem of Tamatoa and Sky just go into the next mana.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
But the double super goof, yeah.
double goofs.
So,
Double goofs.
yeah, does Clement have another Pirates in hand? There is another Pirates in hand, so that would set Din back to 14.
I think he might be tempted to do dime.
Yeah.
If he's like, all right, cool, I'm good. I can challenge into the manors, do dime, gain like 8 or something. Then it's like, oh, maybe he's feeling good.
And Din just has the face of a player with the win in hand and just hoping their opponent just doesn't have something to answer it.
All right, cool. Just gonna have a casual look at the opponent's banish pile. Yep, no worries.
What do we got going on here?
Just chilling, just chilling.
Yeah, there's a few lines Clement could take here. One would be quest with the Tamatoa to find a dime, or banish a Popsicle and just dig a little deeper.
So, like we know what is required. So the 2 have to challenge into the manor.
Yep.
And then you have to Pirate's Life to get yourself out of the double goof range. So that takes 6 out of your 12 or 13 ink, which means you have about 6 or 7 free. And then you use that to develop your board a little bit more. Just play like 1 or 2 other
double challenge.
Yep.
Gonna see the dime.
So you go dime, and then do you have the 6 available for Pirates?
I think,
Oh,
just counting the ink, I think we may see
Where's-
pirates come
is-
out. Or we might just tap
Pirates
the
or
dime
greed,
here.
pirates or greed, pirates or greed, pirates or greed.
Yeah, this is so tough for Clement. I'm trying to read what's in Din's hand here. Pirates,
okay,
yeah.
cool. He
So
lives another day. All right,
Very
cool.
well played there. Knowing the potential threats that Din has of something like Pirates, Super
Alright,
Goof,
cool.
or Double
So-
Super Goof. So Tala can quest for one
At
here
this
as
point, Tamatoa is probably representing almost game. So he's got
well. It wouldn't be far
like,
because
it's-
can quest and fetch another dime and then
So,
double dime.
super goofs for plus.
I think that was Goof and...
two goofs into Tamatoa.
No, I think it was
Goof and a Maui?
Goof and a hero to all, I think. Yep.
Yeah, so that's plus 2. So puts
Yep.
him up to 16.
So up to 16 plus the quest with Tala to 17.
Yeah.
So that was a nice play there for Din, taking that Tamatoa off the board because Din knows that there's another dime.
Honestly, Clement is the one. He really threaded exactly, strictly what he needed to do.
Yeah, there was
so he quests
one
with the Scar for 2, and then he dimes it. So for number 2, so I think he gets
up
plus
to 9.
4.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was only one line of play that could navigate Clement out of sort of the danger zone there and managed to
So
find it. So
He goes Maui.
and
Goof,
Super Goof.
yeah.
So up to
So
19
19
for Din. Just needs to find a Pirates or something like that off the top. Another Super Goof perhaps. And yeah, Clement just needs to... I think Clement just has to go for it here. You can't just try and play around the Super Goof. I think you need to...
It's
Oh, yeah.
Maui half strike. Okay,
Yep,
cool.
That's a nice threat.
all right, cool. So
And up to 13 with the dime and with the quest. And is there any actions for Clement? Doesn't look like it. So how far I'll go? Din's
Pirates Life, Pirates Life, Pirates Life, Pirates Life, Pirates
definitely
Life.
looking for... Doesn't look like they found it.
Yeah.
And but they might have another sort of scrying effect like Sail. Yep. And Hiram. So Din gets to dig here, but hasn't got game. And we got 4 lore plus the shark, so that would be 5. So that can get Clement up to 18. So if they can find 2 actions here, or drop a big threat and then dime that, like a Tamatoa, they may have the win on board. So there is a brawl there. That's another +1. Do they have anything else?
4, 5, 18.
Just doing the math. Up, shark.
All right.
Is
that's
that
it.
exactly
Yeah, cool.
the win?
Plus 2, plus...
And that's 20.
Yeah.
Wow, that was brilliantly
he read the
navigated from
pirate
Clement.
shit- the pirate song off the
He
top.
added an
Alright.
answer. Oh, and he shows
All right,
it.
cool,
Oh,
cool.
wow.
All right. So that's first game that Clement needed.
Yep.
All right. And yeah.
Oof. He was really sweating on that one, though.
Oof.
Yeah. There was literally one line of play that got him out of danger there, and he managed to find it. Like, it was tempting to tap the dime there, but just knew.
He really tapped into his mind's eye. And just
Yeah.
like, if, like, it's
Yeah.
like he dodged everything. Like, the senses to just, my danger sense of this,
I know.
this.
It's like,
Yeah.
that was navigating very tricky waters with a lot of sharks in them there.
Definitely, like, after game, that's definitely one thing I would like to ask. Is, hey, on game 3,
Game
when
3,
you
yep.
did this particular set of plays, did you know what you were doing?
Yeah,
Or like,
well,
what's
like,
up, right?
What were you playing around? And I'm
Yeah.
sure that
Like-
Clement knew. Yeah, there's a Super Goof, there's Pirates Life, there's just a lot of things that can get Din to exactly 20 here. So yeah, very, very well navigated there. But Din is back on the play now. So it's 2-1, but Din will be on the play for this game and if required the following game, game 5.
Yep. So yeah, so that's just the first step. He needs to repeat
Yeah.
that 2 more times.
Yep,
So
2 more times on the draw, no
take
problem.
it away. So Din undefeated all weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you go undefeated, and then maybe in the finals that's when all your defeats come in. But otherwise, he's had a impeccable record the entire way
Absolutely.
through.
And yeah, I think the consistency of having only 8 uninkable cards in your deck, it makes you so flexible. And yeah, the Din play of, it wasn't this game, but the previous game, I thought the turn 2 where it's like Tipo or Sail, and Din knows exactly what the game plan is. It's try and get out as much lore as possible and then play these cards like Pirates, Manor, Super Goof. So that Tipo, I think, ended up questing for 3 or 4. So these small threats in red-blue in the mirror can become quite a problem if you don't, because you don't want to expend valuable removal on a Tipo or Grandma Tala, but then they just sit there questing and it can really start to tick your lore up towards 20. And then, yeah, Din just has so many dangerous cards, cards like McDuck's Manor in particular, that, yeah, once you get to sort of 9, 10 lore, if you can jam 2 manors, it becomes very problematic for your opponent.
But each one of those times it was Scar that like came in to deal with it. So I guess like playing the Scars, not playing the Mauis for Clement. Yeah. And just
Which is an interesting
I think
variation.
they fulfill like very similar roles, and especially now with Sailor Azurite Sea, you can potentially ramp up a little bit faster, especially if you're just keeping multiples between T-Pose and Sailor Azurite Seas. You can just like push up to 7 ink, like I think by turn 5 or something. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think the Vicious Cheater has sort of come in and out of the meta a few times. I think one of the things that's nice about it is at least it's proactive. It can quest for 2, whereas the Maui Hero to all is a very sort of reactive
turn
card.
1, just straight ink, nothing else.
Go, yep. We got to develop on Clement's side. I don't see a Popsicle. So. Oh, no, there is a Popsicle. Cool. So, yep, good start for Clement here.
Draw 1, yep.
Din did keep a few cards, so quite likely he's got ramp in hand.
All right.
Yep.
T-Po, okay.
So again, just getting that 1 lore quest on the board. And Sail, yep. So pretty good start for both players here. What are we going to see in the Inkwell?
So...
And another Popsicle. Right, cool. Yep, so 0-0.
That means things are pretty dangerous if Hiram comes out.
Yeah, there's 2 Popsicles to munch on. So we got how far I'll go.
It's a bit of ramp. Increases his hand economy a little bit.
Yep.
Quest for 1.
Quest for 1. So yeah, again, that's with Din. Din has a lot of cards that they want to play this turn, so just ramping with the how far I'll go. They know that if they ink cards now...
Someone goes back.
Yep, how far I'll go. So kind of slow start here for...
I would imagine that he would have played Hiram if he had Hiram.
I think so, yeah. I think the Hiram feels pretty good there, and then you could potentially sing the how far I'll go the next turn if it doesn't get removed. So
nah, he's probably he's got multiple Popsicles. Yeah. Didn't think about what to ink right now.
The Shark, I'm guessing. Yep.
Oh man, okay.
And up to 2. So if Shark is going into the Inkwell, what cards does Din?
Oh, we got a face off.
We've got a Shark off here.
All right,
so
cool.
develop +1.
Yep.
This is nice for Clement though. That T-Po was kind of annoying questing for 1 every turn. So by playing
did T-Po quest last turn though?
No, I think Din kept it up.
Yeah, he kept it up. Okay.
I may have missed the quest there.
Not sure actually. So
I think it probably it must have. So it's probably 4-0.
Yeah.
Apologies for that, chat. So yeah, this is Din. What Din wants to do: play cards like Visions and just get the passive lore from the Half Shark. And what is so Din's deck caps out at 7, doesn't it? I think the most expensive card they have is Be Prepared.
Yes.
So yeah, by again not inking, they know that eventually they're going to find a card like How Far I'll Go, which forces you to ink a card. So Din's been very patient and happy to stay at 6 ink because they know that they're not playing one of these Ruby Sapphire decks that draws a million cards and goes to 15 ink and does 2 or 3 things on the same turn. It's just keep it very simple and be efficient with your cards.
This one's very interesting. He's just trying to figure out what to do. Probably doesn't matter in that he wants to take, but he knows that right now the field is not good to be taken up manor just because like the
shark,
opposing shark.
Yeah, the shark. Shark plus a little bit of help will deal with the manor.
Come on, show us what you picked.
So Clement, I can see the Hiram in hand. That's pretty nice for them. And I think there is a Maleficent Monstrous Dragon there too. So Clement's got some nice stuff in hand if they can get to 9 ink in particular. So we'll probably see the Hiram come down.
Show us card.
4. And are we going to jam the mana? I feel like we might see the... Oh, how far I'll go. So another 1 lore, up to 5. And we got 2 cards. Again, this is where Din's patience about not just inking cards. Thinking about questing. Sing. Oh, yep. Okay. That's a nice
Sing, let it go. All right, cool. Gains another 1.
And quest. So up to 7 here for Din. And yeah, singing How Far I'll Go, that's a really nice... because Din got the shark down first, it gives you the opportunity to sing the song before your opponent can react to it.
Hiram, okay, cool.
Hiram, yep.
The engine's turning on. You definitely ramped this turn.
The quill.
Right.
Well, this is up to 8 ink because the Let It Go ink ramped up to 7. Clement's inking to 8, and then the Dragon's online next turn.
Cool. So Din's got
6
another
ink,
turn
with the sharks. So this shark is generating a lot of lore gain here for Din. So there's the manor. And quest for 2. And yeah, now that the opposing shark's gone, Din is once again free to quest.
Okay.
But yeah, I think Din will be...
So this turn is slightly representing a whole bunch of stuff with like be prepared, scars. So I guess that's why he didn't really sort of commit more to board. It's just old manors. So yep, quest
So
that, draw
Hiram
2.
quests, draw 2 cards. So yeah, there's a couple of lines here. You can go Scar Vicious Cheater and try and take out the mana, or you can go the Monstrous Dragon and take out the Half Shark, which I think is the correct play. So yeah, nicely done there. And
so he quested with the Grandma?
No, Grandma putting 3 damage counters.
But he definitely did quest with the Hiram.
Yes, so we got 1 to 9, and then goes to 11 with the mana. So
he gained 2 off of the mana.
Yep.
Cool.
And just be prepared, with the quest. So up to 12.
Pay retail price on that. All right.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. So does Clement have the hideaway here? I'm not seeing it. Got a dime in hand. Probably see Vicious Cheater. Yep. And that finishes off the mana. So that's a pretty nice turn there for Clement. Develops, at least Scar's got 2 laws. So
now into it. Cool.
So yeah, I think this is, Clement's kind of turned the tide here. Din is on 12 law, which is a bit scary, and Clement's only on 1, but there's a lot of cards in hand. We do have the dime, we do have the pirates. And
Grandma.
Yeah, Grandma. I've got how far I'll go to the bottom. And
can't help but feel Din is kind of far away. Like,
yeah, Din's on 12, but if Din can go like double mana or something like that, yeah, they kind of need Din needs a law game source that's repeatable.
Half Shark, right? Yeah, Half Shark and Tipo, but he's got enough, so he needs to draw into some amount of cycle on the following turns, right?
Yeah.
If he just draws into, draws into dudes and it doesn't do anything.
If Din can't find a wheel here, yeah, they're definitely slowed down. Is that another? Oh,
okay.
Yeah, so I think Clement's looking.
I think he's figured out.
Solid,
you just like
yep.
All you have to do is
2
just
for the dime, 1
Din's,
for the quest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so up to 4 to 12. Yeah, Din looks like they're out of gas. Needs to find a Hiram here.
And yeah, Maleficent's going to be able to stick around and just like push over any manors that come into play.
So, Tipo probably going to quest for 1.
I think questing for 1 because he's basically got to be prepared on the following turn anyway.
Yeah.
So, Din just hopes that Clement plays more dudes.
All right, there's the Popsicle. Another Popsicle. Cool. Another No. And
goes into Grandma, yep.
That's nice, yep. That's efficient. And quest for 1.
Quest for 1, yep.
Yep, so
goes up to 13.
Up to 13. So, yeah, Clement has a decision to make here, whether you want to deal with the Tipo, who's sort of chipping away 1 law at a time, or whether you just want to quest with the Maleficent, or, yep, that's nice.
Yeah, because he's still kind of far away.
Yeah, far away, but it feels like 1 Hiram and Clement's game could just really accelerate.
He's pretty long cards as well, eh? No, that's pretty big.
There's a draw. There's a Pirates. That's actually pretty nice for Clement. Setting Din back 2 law here could be significant because Din's got 1 card in hand and only representing 1 law on board.
Going 6 Pirates.
This might be Scar Vicious Cheater.
Cool. And goes into Tipo into the Maui, right?
Quite possibly, and then just quest with the Maleficent and tap the dime. Yep.
So 1 and then.
Ooh.
Okay, just keeps the Maui around. Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind that. That keeps the Scar up.
Yep.
So Maui has to challenge the dragon now, and I think
it's reckless. Yeah. Cool. So mana
and trade. Yep. So we got 8 to 13 here. Clement's looking. I think Clement's probably favored from this position with the 2 Pirates' lives in hand. If you just
put some damage on, lucky dime for 2 more, it goes up to 10. And what's he going to do with the rest of his juice?
Play a Pirate, so up to 12 and Din down to 11. Oh, did the Scar quest there? Or is that 6 damage on the mana? I can't quite tell.
I think he challenged the mana, right?
No, it must have been a quest. So there's the B prep. So I think Clement's on 14 now, and Din is up to 13 with the mana. So yeah, Clement's just trying to race here, which might be the right call. There's another Pirates, which, that's pretty very nice. Up to 16 to 11. So yeah, Din's pretty far away here with just the 1 mana on board and only on 11 law. So yeah, if Clement can even just play like a Tipo this turn and tap the dime, go to 17.
He's waiting for Hiram. He needs that to...
Yeah, or Tamatoa would be the win here because you just slam Tamatoa and then... no, it would be close to the win, but not quite.
Top
No, you slam Tamatoa, that fetches a Porpsicle. You play the Porpsicle, that puts Tamatoa on 4 lore, and you tap the dime. So, yeah, Clement very close
he's on
to
16,
victory.
so you don't even need the Popsicle. You've got dime and Popsicle, so he's already going for...
That's only 3, though,
3,
and they're
yeah,
on
cool.
16. But, yeah, that would be... And there it is off the top. So this might be
Pick up
game.
the Popsicle.
Yep,
Popsicle,
one for
so that goes for
Popsicle,
4,
and
then,
Din scoops
yeah,
them.
cool.
So, wow.
Right, so this is going to the final game.
Yeah.
5th game of this best of 5. It is 2-2, and Din gets one more game to try to pull this back, or otherwise you might see the reverse sweep from Clement.
Yeah, so the Scarvicious cheater there. I think if you're playing the Be Prepareds, you are not in a good position against Din's deck. So I think Clement's identified that the Scarvicious cheater, just having the rush potential with the locations that seem to be running around in the meta, is more valuable than the just sort of board clear that the Be Prepared offers you.
Just figured his magic numbers. Like you go Grammatala, put a bit
Yeah,
of the groundwork.
put 3 on, and then
like Scott comes in and finishes the demolition.
Yeah, and I guess, with Din's deck, it is...
There are only so many threats. Like he inked that Half Shark early on. I think like turn 1 inked that Half Shark, and like every time he's like spending a long time to dig into Half Shark, and I think sometimes in some games you get lucky, you just get Half Shark sooner.
Yep.
And sometimes you're just going multiple turns where it's like develop your mind, develop your mind. Develop your mind, and you're just not getting anywhere, right?
Yeah,
and
that's
you
right.
Play
You
it
just...
after that, right? So you spend a whole bunch of extra just to
Yeah,
do
and
the
you're
same
not
thing.
getting the Lord to cash in with the Sharks. So, yeah, here we go. Game 5. 2-all, and Clement just won the game on the draw, so probably feeling pretty confident now.
Yeah, so both times Clement just focused on turboing up his ink pool, and then his inkwell, and
Yeah, I think for Clement, 9 is the magic number to get these dragons out and deal with the Shark.
And
that seems to be the
needs
best
a dime.
answer.
So he needs a dime. He needs to get the scars and get the high end and just send them in, right? So I think this comes down to, it really comes down to like how lucky the cards that you need will get to where you need. Like obviously, like in all card games, how luck is a factor, right? But as long as Din doesn't cycle into like a whole bunch of
Threats
empty stuff,
time,
then he'll be good. And same with Clement, if he can get to his dimes and get to his scars, then he'll be fine. So
I think. Do you think Clement would prioritize Grammatala or Hiram on turn 4? I think having the 3 strength challenge.
I think
is
you go Hiram, because
the card efficiency.
The only way in which you wouldn't prioritize Hiram is if you don't have Popsicles, right? So if you have a plentiful source Popsicle, you just draw a whole lot more cards, and then you can use those cards to ramp up. So if you are drawing in more Celtics or more how far will it goes, that's more cards.
Yep.
Right. Whereas Grammatala, it's a slightly better body, but you're drawing less cards, and these actions are the ones that get you to where you need to get to, which is 9 plus ink and being able to have dime in hand. So
All right, so it looks like both players have altered.
Final
and
game.
Off we go. So, final game. Match point for both players here. And let's see what Din's got. Visions,
Popsicle. All right, pretty optimal. All right,
So
what do we have from the other side?
I'm seeing a Tamatoa. Looks like
Pirate
ink.
Song, okay, cool. And then
Develop,
Develop Brain,
so-
top 2. All right, cool. Definitely
So
one
it
of
puts
them,
a sail on the bottom, so must have a sail or a Tipo in hand already. Otherwise, they would have kept that card.
2, and then into
Din with the
Tipo,
Tipo.
1 face down. Cool.
And I think that's sail on Clement's side. So both players finding their ramp here, which is what they want to be doing. And inking the Tipo.
Yep, cool.
And
So-
pass.
Both going straight up to 4. Do we see a Grammatala by Din?
Tala, Manor, or Hiram are all
I think.
pretty nice
Oh
plays
yeah.
here.
So you inked.
Ink
How far will I
Tala,
go? Oh yeah.
Ink Tala, play Tala. Yep.
Yep. 1 in hand, and then you quest with the
Quest for the Tipo.
for
And
sure.
if Din has a how far I'll go
so
here and
goes
is able
1.
to sing that the next turn, that would
So
be
Din's on 1.
very optimal.
Clement.
May just ink
He
and
might
play
just
how
go
far I'll go.
Far,
yeah.
far I'll go, right?
Yeah, I think trying to ramp up here is quite nice. So Din's only representing 2 lore on board.
Oh, so he inked the cell to side right seat. Yep.
And
He's
yep,
just playing
plays the
grammar as
Tala.
well. Cool.
Yep. And I think that's 2 how far I'll goes for Clement. So might be looking to sing 1, play 1, and then ink for turn to get up to...
Yeah, so you always do. Yeah, so you sing with here. Clement's not incentivized to trade because obviously he wants to sing.
And quest up to 2 here.
Yep.
And how far I'll go for
cast
Din.
another one.
Yep.
All right. It's the initiative advantage.
Yeah, is for Din here. I think having the double how far I'll go when you're on the play, you have fewer cards. So sort of having 2 of these how far I'll goes give you 2 ink in the inkwell, 2 cards in hand. That's very nice there.
Din's almost set up to where he wants to be. Like
got the 6 ink, which seems to be where Din sort of caps out. There's the how far I'll go.
So Clement doing the same. 1 in the ink, 1 in the hand.
I think that was a Be Prepared or a Scarvish cheated a hand.
And then he does the same.
Yeah, double how far I'll go. So we've sort of got the mirror match going on.
Plenty of gas, plenty of gas. All right, cool.
Who do you think this favors? Do you think this is good for Clement or good for Din that both players have a lot of cards in hand here?
I think, so Din can have very explosive turns. So I think as long as, I think Din would have been better if he had a half shark here. This feels like the turn where if he can put a half shark down and it sticks, the following turn he's just going to gas out and send out a whole bunch of stuff. But I think the fact that he didn't have half shark means that now Clement gets an opportunity to play half shark, and even if he draws a let it go, it's So they trade grammars.
Challenge for the grammar,
and then he's just going manors. All right, cool. So he's going for the mana trap.
Up to 3. So yeah, that's not bad for Din, but I think you're right. If they could have ran out the half shark there, that might have been.
Because once Clement gets up to 9, half sharks are just going to get
they lose a lot of value.
Maleficence.
And there's the mana.
So Scar going to Tipo and then
puts 6 on. So yeah, it's looking a little bit dicey again here for Din. I think Din probably wants something like Maui here at all.
Was put on from Tipo, so you can go double goofs into it. Because
doesn't have the ink for that play.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Probably looking for hero to all just to answer the shark and protect the mana. Oh, sorry, answer the Scar. Let it go. Yep. So that works too, but that's
a little bit of a premium removal. Yeah. Kind of want to keep it for Tamatoa. Yeah.
And we do see Tamatoa in hand here, so that's
picks it up. Yeah. Puts it down. Draw a card.
So yeah, definitely looking good for Clement here.
I think Clement has kind of sealed this up. Even though Din does have the
mana on the board,
Clement has Tamatoa, and I think Din has just used up one of his premium pieces of removal for Scar. Yeah.
Cool. And Be Prepared.
Okay.
So keeping the mana on board, really valuing that. But yeah, Din's hand is not looking very healthy.
Right.
I think there's
top 5,
4 cards in hand. Whereas Clement has a lot of cards in hand, and with the cards like Visions, you're able to sort of filter and find the things that you need. That mana is still there, though, and Clement does need to find an answer for it at some point. 2 for another Vision, so probably looking... There's a shark. That might be useful here. There's 2 sharks, actually. So, yeah, we may just see the shark come down here, and the mana will survive another turn, but the shark is yep, there we go.
Cool.
So Din gets +2 from the mana again, up to 7. And be prepared.
Okay.
Yep, so just...
Reset the board.
Yep.
Okay, your
turn
turn.
the mana. So again, just be prepping one target there. Probably not exactly what Din wants to be doing, but they just need to keep that mana ticking over and getting that 2 lore every turn. And yeah, it doesn't look like Clement has any rush cards in hand. I think probably run 2 copies of Vicious Cheater, and we've already seen 1 come out. So, and yeah, I don't think Clement's on any of the Maui Hero to Alls.
Yeah, so
it just runs out the dime.
Yep.
And
I think that's fine. In future turns, anything he plays, he can just pay a little bit more and just get some.
Yeah. All right. So Din's found a Hiram here. Yep. That is really good to refill the hand. And another mana.
Okay,
so
cool.
all right, now Din is starting to apply some pressure.
So it seems like Din just kind of sits back on a certain amount of ink, unless he specifically needs more. Then he'll reluctantly put some more, or only when he has ways to draw some extra cards. So in this case, so Maleficent goes in. Does he have Vital Sphere? He doesn't. No. He doesn't run Vital Sphere. We haven't seen any game.
No, that's true. Yeah. So taps the dime, gets 2 lore.
Yep.
But yeah, Din now goes up to 13.
So yep.
With the 2 manas. So yeah,
Visions.
I think Din is probably not feeling too bad. If Din can find a few more Pirate Slice and some Super Goofs.
And Maleficents aren't big enough to single-handedly take out the manas themselves.
And there's another mana. So
are we gonna end this game with 4 manas?
I would love to see that. Here's a sale. Right, so yep, Din just keeps cycling through the cards. Probably just looking for the manas. In fact, I think just mana is
tapping a T-Pot.
Still
All right, okay.
very hard for
okay.
them to deal with.
He's setting up. He's setting up. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does not like to ink, and so if he's inking, it means that he's got some
He's
big combo
probably
plays.
got some nice stuff in hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a half shark come down and then a bunch of
okay.
actions.
Clement has to basically
Find a hideaway, I think, at the very least. So Clement, there is one of the manors has 6 damage counters on it, so the dragon can finish that one off.
Okay.
But yeah, if 2 manors are up and Din goes to 17, it is panic stations here for Clement. So I think just desperately looking for the hideaway. Doesn't look like they found it.
Playing big cactus is also not a big problem because like you can get the Maleficent to slow down one of the manors, and then you can pirate sing. So as long as you're playing a 6 or higher, you're kind of prepaying a pirate song. Cool.
So we've
pirate
got
song
11 to 4 here, and yep, deals with one of the manors.
Those.
So yeah, setting Din back to 11 could be significant here. Yep, there's a Tala.
Top 2.
And Din probably looking for another mana here, or maybe like a Super Goof, Tipo, and there's a Pirate's Life.
So swing it back to 17.
No? Yes, 17.
Yeah.
Yep, 17 to 2 here.
Yep.
So yeah, this is going to be very difficult for Clement. So I think Clement's list probably only runs 2 pirates. We've already seen 1 played and doesn't
more,
have a.
right?
Well, I think
he always seems to ink it super early on.
Yeah, no, maybe there's more than that.
All right, cool.
So Hiram quest for 1, draws 2 cards. Doesn't have an answer for the manor unless they found a scar.
This looks like it might be the final turn.
Could be. I think there might be double pirates in hand, so we might see that.
No, that's a brawl and a pirate.
Yeah, brawl pirate 2 B prep.
And a B prep.
So yeah, Clement definitely digging for answers there. Finds a dragon, which he does deal with the Tala, but yeah, he really hasn't got an answer for these locations at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So he's already Hiram.
Yep, 8 ink available. There's Tamatoa. Fetch a Popsicle.
Play Popsicle.
Ink
and then what? Like
Popsicle.
Hideaway and then sing Hideaway?
And
that is game over.
So Clement just could not find an answer for the McDucks.
And the McDuck Manors